Israel appears spooked as Trump's Iran deal seems to sideline Tel Aviv's long-standing red lines. Tel Aviv is sounding the alarm as Trump appears to be handing Tehran a diplomatic victory. Senior Israeli officials claim U.S. accepted Iran's key demands in a bid to secure a breakthrough deal. Israeli leaders fear Donald Trump's emerging Iran deal could leave Tehran stronger while leaving Israel more exposed to future security threats. Senior Israeli officials said the emerging U.S.-Iran agreement appeared to accept many of Tehran's key demands, according to a report by Channel 12. Officials said they believed Israel's core security concerns had not been adequately addressed in the proposed framework. Israeli sources argued that Iran was not agreeing to the framework for nothing, and stood to gain significant benefits from the arrangement. Officials warned that the agreement could undermine some of the strategic gains Israel believes it achieved during the recent conflict. Israeli officials also argued that the deal could help stabilize and rehabilitate the Iranian regime at a time of mounting pressure. Israeli officials said, and I quote, "This is the same framework as the agreement to end the war in Gaza. Ask yourself what has happened since then with the commitment to disarm Hamas. What will be the Americans' essential leverage if, after 60 days of a ceasefire, the Iranians do not begin the steps required of them? The credible military threat has been all but eroded. The uranium extraction has become uranium dilution, and the missile system is not part of the agreement at all. All the goals that Israel set are not immediately dealt with in the agreement. Not only is Iran not required to stop supporting proxies, it is reconnecting itself with Hezbollah through the agreement." Unquote. Amid growing concerns, Israeli media reported that Benjamin Netanyahu would convene the Security Cabinet to discuss the developing situation. The cabinet meeting is expected to focus on the implications and potential consequences of a possible U.S.-Iran agreement. The reported criticism marks one of the sharpest Israeli reactions yet to Donald Trump's ongoing push for a peace deal with Iran. Iran has rejected Donald Trump's deal show as Tehran pushes back against claims that an agreement is ready for immediate signing. Iran publicly rejected Trump's claim that a deal with Tehran would be signed on June 14, saying negotiations have not yet reached that stage. Iranian officials said the proposed memorandum of understanding has neither been finalized nor formally approved by the relevant authorities. Fars reported that Tehran viewed the push for a signing on that specific date as a political stunt driven by Trump's domestic agenda. Iranian negotiators said the timing appeared carefully chosen to coincide with celebrations surrounding Trump's 80th birthday. Iran also linked the proposed signing date to Trump's high-profile UFC event planned at the White House the same weekend. Officials said they would not allow sensitive diplomatic negotiations to be transformed into what they described as a media or ceremonial maneuver. Trump had earlier announced on Truth Social that a deal could be signed as early as Sunday and presented it as a major diplomatic breakthrough. Donald Trump said, and I quote, "Barack Hussein Obama's deal with Iran, the JCPOA, was an easy, beautiful, smooth road to a nuclear weapon, which Iran would have had 6 years ago, and would have used long before now. My agreement with Iran is the exact opposite, a wall to no nuclear weapon. In fact, they no longer want a nuclear weapon, nor will they have one, either through purchase, development, or any other form of procurement. The deal is scheduled to get signed tomorrow, and immediately after it is signed, the Hormuz Strait is open to all. Our relationship with Iran is a much different and better one than previous administrations have had. Unlike Obama's hundreds of billions of dollars in payments to them, including $1.7 billion in green, cold cash, no money will exchange hands. At the appropriate time, when all is calm, we will go in and get the nuclear dust, buried deep under the powerful sunken granite mountains. Thanks to our beautiful B-2 bombers and their brilliant pilots, and downblend and destroy it, whether in Iran or the United States. We look forward to working with Iran, and the entire Middle East, long into the future. Hopefully, this process will all work out quickly, easily, and smoothly." Unquote. Meanwhile, CNN reported that mediators spent June 13 rushing to secure a virtual signing format in an effort to keep negotiations on schedule. Some mediators feared that further delays could create opportunities for new regional crises to derail the diplomatic process. There were also concerns that either side could still walk away if negotiations become prolonged or politically complicated. Iran's Commemoration Committee has announced a multi-city funeral program for Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, laying out an extended series of ceremonies across the country. The program begins with public farewell ceremonies in Tehran on July 4th and July 5th, when large crowds are expected to gather for final respects in the capital. According to Iranian media, these first events will be held at the Imam Khamenei Grand Mosalla complex, a site often used for the country's most important political and religious gatherings. A major funeral procession is scheduled to wind through Tehran on July 6th, followed by a second mass procession in the clerical city of Qom on July 7th, extending the mourning over several days. The final ritual will take place on July 9th in Mashhad, where Khamenei is to be buried at the Imam Reza Shrine, a symbolic resting place that will draw pilgrims and political attention for years to come. The announcement comes months after the February 28 U.S.-Israeli strike that killed Khamenei, tying the funeral schedule directly back to the attack that triggered the latest phase of this crisis.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that we will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest news makers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the U.S. will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HT videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.